So we're here today with Vladimir, and Vladimir has the opportunity to be in training to become a trainer here at Results Plus. Say hello to everyone, Vladimir.
Hello.
Okay, so what we're doing now is one of the biggest questions in regards to the personal training industry or in any studio environment with personal training involved is, how do you really start out with a client? I mean, what's the first thing you might say to a client? What's the basically the series of findings or the report of findings or the exercise readiness program? How do we develop that rather than just taking them right on the floor and going right into the workout? So I'll just start with you. Just give me an idea of what questions you have. This is totally candid. You're coming in for the first time. What kind of questions do you have in regards to the personal training industry, to the fitness industry, and how you get a client started?
Yeah, I think so. Like, what's the first things when the clients come? What do you guys do? Like, questionnaires, like what they're doing, what are you asking the clients? How are you getting the knowledge for yourself when you actually start building the program for the client?
Okay, so I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
The first thing is in generally speaking, you could be a member of a gym or fitness center, or you could just be on the web looking for a personal trainer in your area. So someone might go to a website and say, personal trainer Hamden, Connecticut. Okay, and because of our website and our relevancy as far as Google and search engines, we usually come up on the first page. So someone will click on that and give us a call. That's usually how it starts.
Okay.
It's it's not too often when someone will actually come into our facility and just walk in out of the blue.
Yeah.
We do have some walk-ins. That happens at a gym and fitness center. Hey, let's go check out that center and see what they have to offer. Let's ask about their personal training services. In a private setting like this is a little different, but the end result should be the same, obviously. So once that's established and a client will call us on the phone, I'm going to ask the qualifying questions. Have you ever had a trainer before? Tell me what you used to do. This kind of sets the stage. Well, yeah, I used to do these things where I extend my legs out, and I did I think they called them planks.
Yeah.
You never really get a straight answer. The advanced client who's calling, I've had a trainer for years. We've done a series of different cardiovascular circuit training programs and strength training programs. They might talk like that.
Okay.
I'll usually let that go, and I won't try to dabble upon what you've done in the past and what I would recommend based on orthopedic concerns, muscular concerns. Instead of getting into that, I'll actually invite the client into the facility. Okay. So once they're in the facility, I don't believe in tours. Have you ever been to the gyms where you have the tours that I call them the museum tours?
Yes.
You walk around, you see a bunch of furniture. Here's our ab section. Here's our chest section. This machine is pretty popular. That works, right around in here. And that's how the trainers talk at facilities. The bottom line is those are features. Okay, so features are not important when it comes to hiring a personal trainer. Okay, those are facilitators of relationships. How we're going to create and adjust and cue verbally, tactilely. Those are just features. So the benefits, I'll immediately say, tell me what you want to accomplish. Take yourself out 8 weeks from now. Where are you? Well, the pain in my back is gone. Okay, I sit all day. I'm at a desk. So I have this, I'm in this three-dimensional environment where I'm sitting all day on my spine, my rib cage drops, I have a protracted shoulder girdle, forward head posture, anterior pelvic tilt. I always have pain. So I really get out of my seat. So these are the things we start talking about. So once I establish what's happening with the client, I'm asking him a series of questions. Okay, I'm not really giving the tour, like I said.
Yes.
I'm sitting with them face to face and say, tell me about yourself. And I'm just waiting. That's personal training. Okay, there is nothing written in stone that says I have to ask a series of questions.
Yeah.
Do you smoke? Okay. Do you drink diet soda? Typical, predictable one size fits all. I call that like painting by numbers, rent a buddy, a series of questions. It really makes no sense. Everything has to be custom. When you get up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Ask qualifying questions. What is your breakfast? Explain how important breakfast is, how it can rev your metabolism, how when you get up your blood sugar level's low. When do you like to work out? Do you work out in the morning? Do you work out in the evening? Do you work out in the afternoon? Okay. What I have done, trying to get this potential client to join my facility, obviously, and trying to make sure that they reach their goals are accomplished, what I have done just now is basically qualify them. Are you going to work out in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening? I'm thinking schedule. Okay. Based on their goals and objectives, I'm thinking to myself, oh, who's the best fit? I have, 5, 6, 12 trainers here. Who's the best fit? Maybe I'll put them between 2 different trainers so they can have a little variety. So there is a report of findings. Okay? The report of findings are all these questions. Okay? Do we have a sheet? Yes. We have the Results Plus Health and Fitness Questionnaire. Okay? Results Plus, for anyone out there who's watching this right now, has been open for 25 years in the Hamden, Connecticut area. Okay? So Results Plus has a health fitness questionnaire. It talks about, do you suffer from back and neck pain? Do you experience frequent headaches? Okay, are you pregnant? Things of that nature. Medications that might have an adverse effect to certain exercise patterns. Okay, exercise-induced asthma. Just basic questions. Stiffness, joint pain. That report of findings will obviously give me a red flag or a green flag. If it's a red flag, I'm going to keep asking questions. I'm going to make the notes. The answers that I get from my questions are obviously put together in my mind, and I'm creating what's called an exercise readiness plan. In my mind, I know what exercises to do and what not to do. Okay? I'm using the term corrective exercise programming very loosely. Okay, but there are a series of motions and positions and exercises that you can do with someone that will actually set the stage and correct their muscular imbalances, which will make them more optimal to actually do the normal exercises, quote unquote, the exercises that we want to accomplish with this person. But right now they can't because of muscular imbalances. And they're specific, you've heard the term SAID, S-A-I-D, specific adaptations of imposed demands. This person has been sitting all day creating muscular imbalances that led to some kind of faulty movement pattern. They come in here and they're very uncoordinated. They have no balance. So there's a series of motions and positions that we could start with just to give them an awareness of where their body is, et cetera, et cetera. So that all this stuff together under one umbrella is the exercise readiness plan. It's right here. What am I going to start with? Trial and error. There's no right or wrong. There's risk benefit. I get out there, I do an exercise, I know they can't perform the exercise, I abort the exercise within the 3rd rep. Okay? I back up the chain, it's called a regression, I regress a little bit, and I show them a different way to do the exercise. So one exercise could have 5 different positions or 5 different motion patterns just to see if maybe they're just going to hold it statically. Can they hold the position? Now they're going to go through a repetition range. Okay, that kind of thing.
That's you actually building on the answer, what they give it to you and how they feel at this moment, and that's how you're building on the base of the answer of their questions.
Does that sort of answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
What else?
Do they also coming with a medical record or anything else?
Yeah, that's another thing. Someone says to me, I had knee surgery 7 months ago. Just got through PT. Now I want to strengthen the muscles or the integrity of that knee joint. So what can we do? I want to know a little bit about that surgery. Okay. Is it meniscus? Medial meniscus? Was it a lateral release? What type of surgery, arthroscopic surgery, what type of surgery, just a base general cleanup in that knee? Were you bone on bone? What's happening with that knee? And then I'd get into more details. Do you feel more pain? Do you have any pain? Yes. Is it walking upstairs, walking downstairs? Trying to get an idea of where they feel it. The answers they provide really have no justification on how they might feel during an exercise. When I'm out there doing a wall sit or doing a very limited squat, sit squat or something. They might experience pain. I have to adjust. Okay, so I'm going to limit their range. I'm not going to load them. I'm going to try to strengthen in a specific range. If I could get that range with pain-free, I will decelerate a little more. I'll add a little load, and I'll just keep trial and error, trial and error. That's what personal training is. Knowing and understanding the client, what they need to accomplish, and the exercises, the motions, the positions they need to be in. So things change daily. It literally changed moment by moment, rep by rep. Every single rep is an assessment. Every single rep, there's nothing black and white. Just because you and I know how to do a squat doesn't mean we're going to do a squat that way with our client. The mechanics and the force analysis might be all the same if they're done correctly. It's just we're going to do it a little differently. You know, just we're going to limit certain factors or certain motions and positions to make sure that they're comfortable and they're doing it correctly. Okay. So once that's all established and we have all those qualifying questions, again, we do have your basic forms. And you know, everyone needs excuse me, a client database. All right, so this information with the client database obviously has the name, the address, the email number, the cell phone. And this is important too, because you know, as a qualified trainer, you don't want your client to be more than 5 to 10 minutes late. You want to follow up and make sure they're coming in for the next appointment. So you either do that by email or cell phone within the first 10 minutes if they're not, you know, if they're running a little late, not on time. So we have all this information for the client database. And also very important to have their birthday. A little custom to say happy birthday at the appropriate times, etc. It goes a long way as far as retaining their service as a professional. The health questionnaire, again, with all the qualifying questions, just basic questions about the person. You know, simple stuff. How much coffee did you drink today? You know, find out their hydration levels. You know, how much water are you drinking? Oh, I hardly drink any water. I drink soda all day. Okay, that kind of sets the stage as a trainer, and it says to me, I don't know if you're going to really achieve the results you're looking for. I need to educate you. Okay, a lot of trainers are not going to retain those fees, or a lot of trainers are not going to retain their clients because they're not getting the results they're looking for. They're getting great workouts, possibly, if they're doing things correctly. But, gee, I'm getting a great workout, I feel good, but I don't see a change. That's the 80-20 rule. 80% is basically what you're eating, and you know, 20% is the rest of the equation. So the bottom line is, you know, we train so hard, we rest, we sleep, we take our supplements. However, everything else is falling apart because we're skipping meals and we're not eating the right amounts of food, or the wrong carbohydrates, the processed foods, things of that nature. Results Plus also has a client agreement. So the client agreement is just a waiver of liability. There's a tardiness policy. We have 50-minute workouts, okay, because I truly believe trainers should never burn out and go back to back. So many facilities go back to back. It's impossible. Okay, you need a little space between clients so you could possibly look over a program card, have a bite to eat, hydrate yourself, relax, make a phone call. This is going to make you more efficient at what you do. Okay, and it's going to be better for the client because you're either going to run late or you're going to go over, and that's not good for the next person. So it has a snowball effect negatively. Refund policies, specific program details, cancellation policy, very simple. You want to make a client feel great. When you're a personal trainer, you're working with the elite of that populace, which is not the athlete unless you're working with an A-list. It's not the senior citizen all the time. It's mostly the person with the sit-down job. Type A, sit-down job, office worker, professional, who basically doesn't have enough time to work out, so they're looking for something a little more specialized attention, so that in that given window, when they only have 50 minutes 3 times a week to work out, you want to be as most efficient as possible. And that particular client that's coming in, that's the personal training industry. You want to make sure that you can give them a cancellation policy that fits into their lifestyle. What if I told you we have a 24-hour cancellation policy, and I said that to a physician? We have many surgeons here, many attorneys here have to go to court, things come up, depositions. What if I said to you, 24-hour cancellation policy, and you just slapped down $5,000 for a year membership with me as a personal trainer? It's impossible. What if I said to you, I'd like you to do me a favor. If you have a morning appointment, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, do you think you can let me know by 6 o'clock the night before? It's pretty good. Something comes across your table, the phone rings. Gee, I have a 8 o'clock in the morning appointment with Dave, and your phone rings, so you call me at 6 and say, I just can't make my 8, can I do a 10? I'm fine with that. Okay, and I also had someone on a holding or on deck waiting if an 8 opened. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have an evening appointment with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, can you call me by 10 o'clock in the morning? They love it. Think about this, you get to work, 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. There's a note on your desk, the phone rings. There's a meeting, mandatory meeting, 9 o'clock this morning. Oh, you pick up the phone, it's fine. We don't cancel, last minute. You gave me enough notice. I don't charge the client. I have an opportunity to put somebody else in there. It's perfect, it gives me enough notice. So by 10 o'clock in the morning, you call and let me know that you can't make your 4 o'clock. It's perfect. Okay, so it opens up a lot of possibilities. It makes everybody feel important.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's kind of our cancellation policy, which I truly believe would help the industry if everyone thought that way rather than this 24-hour stickler, I'm charging you. Because if I did turn to you as a client and say, I'm charging you for that visit, you're on your 18th visit, it's your last visit of our program, and I look at you and I say, Vladimir, I was wondering if you were going to stay on the program. What would you say?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You just charged me $70
Yeah.
for calling you because I had a mandatory meeting that I knew nothing about that morning, and it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I agree. Shouldn't stay. Versus, yes, I am staying on the program. I really appreciate you not charging me for that visit, blah, blah, blah. And then I turn around and I say, great. Would you like to purchase another 18? And you say, no, I'd like 30. You know what? I'm going to give you 31. How does that make you feel?
Great.
Okay. So that's how you retain
Yes.
the client. And that's all explained here. There's a copy for the client and a copy for yourself, for your files. Okay, whether you're paperless or not. I like something tangible to give the client so they have it. And it just says all morning sessions cancel by 6 p.m. All evening sessions cancel by 10 a.m. And it kind of spells it out. They agree to it. And then there's no doubt moving forward.
Yeah.
Well, you said no, it's right here. And again, you could make sure that it's a win-win situation.
Yeah. It's actually compounding.
Yeah. All this information here, Vladimir, is all in a client folder. So the first thing that we do is once we establish all that information, I'll just hand this folder to the client. I'd like you to take that home, because this is our first meeting. Take this home, fill it out, and bring it back on your first visit. Okay? I keep the database. Have to.
Yeah.
I need follow-up. I want to know everything about this person. I want to put it into my database on my computer. I want to have their cell phone at the front desk so I could call them at any time. I want to have their email address to thank them for coming in today and speaking with me. It was such a pleasure meeting you. Okay? Let me know if there's anything else I can answer for you. I mean, that's what the relationship's all about.
Yeah.
I want to be able to answer any of your questions, because when you walk out of here today, you're going to have tons of questions you didn't think about. Oh, I should have asked them this. I should have asked them that.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. You'll be driving halfway home. But when you get home, you'll find an email from me. How cool is that?
Nice.
Hey, so nice meeting you, Vladimir. Do me a favor. I know on the way home, this is what I'll write. I know on the way home you had a couple of questions you forgot to ask me. Shoot me a phone call. Call my office, give you the phone number, or respond to this email. And I'll try to answer you by the end of the day. Takes a little pressure off of me. Okay? And, you hold on to the database till they come back.